go.
We stone. We stone. We streaming. We streaming. We stone. We stone. We streaming. We streaming. Came to this motherfucker like yeah. Yeah. All my niggas in the chat and we also high. It's fun. Stone, stone, stream, 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 stone, stone, stream, stone, 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 stream, stream, stone. All my niggas in the chat they like high. It's fun. All my niggas gon' get that shit and roll. We stone, we stone, we streaming and streaming. We stone, we stone and streaming. Yeah, getting to the money, yeah, getting to the bag like yeah, yeah. Roll up, plenty motherfuckers breathing like yeah. All my niggas in the chat, they hot as fuck. Yeah, getting to the bag, getting to the bag like yeah. All my niggas we stone the dream. All my niggas we getting to the cheese. All my niggas we breathing. Ain't gon' breathing. We streaming, we stone, and streaming, we stone, and streaming, we stone, and streaming.
What it do be? Welcome back to another episode of Stone and Streaming, y'all. All the day ones in the chat. Few missing, but we know you're gonna be here. What up, Django? What up, Enos? What up, Farmer M? What up, Kong? You Majesty? It's your boy Righteous ain't playing.
This chosen checking in, saying what's up to everybody in the chat. Con, we know your ass ain't got no room, cause you're the real freaky bean popper, not me.
What y'all got going on out there today, man?
I'm chilling. Oh man, I thought something was up. Why am I looking at this motherfucker? Let me get some. Like, hey man, it's silent. I'm chilling.
Barbecue.
Rap phenomenon.
Oh, you need a track. You need what you need. What you need? Just a beat, or you need a feature. Either we do. We are a featuring artist out here. It is the rap phenomenon. I'm gonna tell y'all some fun shit. This motherfucker Chosen for about a week was running around calling me RP because the shit was for rap phenomenon. I was like,
yeah, RP. RP, nigga, rap phenomenon. There we go. Let me give you a suggestion, Farmer. If you're gonna run, I can tell you this. This is what I observed by growing both of our shit. If you were to ask me, I would say that I believe his shit is a little bit more suited for outside than mine, just because of the way it grow. Personally, my shit don't do bad outside. I've seen it growing outside before, but I feel like his shit really do well outside because of that large central collar that they usually have.
Man, that's time fire, Kong. Kong says, I don't have room, but I got 4 Snowmans, 3 Gary Colemans, and 3 Blue Magic.
He said deep
fish.
Deep. How deep? That's just what I think. I seen somebody grew my I-70
Chris
outside.
Hawkins, what up?
Pretty good. But
what
yeah,
you call it, Daddy?
His shit look like a spear when you grow his shit outside, like a motherfucking like you finna throw that motherfucker. That would be my suggestion. I don't think I'll ever grow outside because I don't like bugs. Personally.
Nobody does.
Even when people be like, you don't get bugs if you do it right.
Man, you still get bugs. That's the truth of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was leaving out the house this morning, man, I just, like, the sun was shining just perfect, and it was a nice little swarm of whatever the fuck it was. You know what I'm saying? It was a swarm of gnats, a swarm of something, you know what I'm saying? But you could just see the motherfuckers swarming in the light. Yeah, that shit ain't gonna get on your blood. You did ass wrong. But at the same time,
I mean, your
you
shit can
gotta
be so sticky that you'll have a gnat. You'll come in and look at your tin to be a straight gnat that then got stuck to your trichomes and died. You know what I'm saying? So it's shit everywhere, for sure. That's happened to me before. I'm like, God damn. I done had a whole fly that got stuck to my weed before. Like, oh, okay, let me peel his ass off of there. Ew.
crazy, man, crazy. But yeah, man, we
Oh,
most
one
definitely
more thing,
want
real
to
quick, real
say
quick.
we appreciate the love and support, man. But go ahead.
Shout out to True to the Movement and you, by the way, for this shirt.
Oh man, you already know it ain't shit, homie.
Awesome ass shirt. Shout out to the homie. Feels quality. The t-shirt.
Hey, it is a heavy t-shirt. It's not like a dry fit t-shirt or nothing. It's like a
he did pull punches with this motherfucker.
Yeah, man, we most definitely be supporting the community as well, man. So it's not that we just like getting support, man. We like to support everybody, man. And shit, we most definitely appreciate it. Matter of fact, speaking of True to the Movement, we just had an event on Sunday. We literally just had an
If
event.
only you had some highlights that we could have flashed to show us.
Yeah, man. The highlights that mattered were in my pocket at the end. Those were the highlights of the fucking show.
No, it's not about the money.
It was great. That was get ready to say, man. Real shit is great, man. I just kicking it with the whole shit like that. He was out there giving people dabs and shit. You know, I had the beans out there. We had the macaroni salad out there. We had the Sir Charles out there. I came home with like 3 packs. You know what I mean? So that was dope. And probably like 3 bottles of spray. I think I took like the spray really didn't do that great this time, and I think it was more so because it was just like the people that were out there, they didn't seem like they even really knew what it was. You know what I mean? But it was dope, man. I was stationed right next to I can't remember the dude's name, but they had me sandwiched in between 2 really, really nice brands. I think House of Fructus was out there, and I don't know the other person, but yeah, man, they was most definitely pack boying it up, man. I don't know, funny shit. Just like I felt like they had some great energy, and man, they did their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It sounds like more most important. Sounds like it was productive. Number one, and sounds like you had a pretty good time, bro.
Man, it was really nice. And you know, like I said, man, me and True, we burned a couple. You know what I'm saying? He was dabbing. I ain't really feel like dabbing because, man, at the event, man, you already know how I am around a bunch of people, bro.
Yes, I fucking do.
So
everybody's out to get me. Everybody's gonna get me.
Hey, y'all. I'm one of them niggas who shoot. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all in the chat. Y'all can laugh if y'all want, man, but I'm one of them niggas who will shoot you through their pocket. I'm not even trying to pull that shit out. Got a whole fucking hole in my leg.
In the thigh. Yeah, but I fucked him up though. Yeah, bro,
that nigga got it too. You know what I'm saying? So he like, bust your ass right out the pocket.
Just in case y'all wondering, I'm a nigga that think he y'all ever seen that meme where the nigga try to wrestle the gun from the dude and be in heaven? Yeah, that dumbass is me. I'm trying to punch a nigga with a gun and shit.
Man, one other thing that I did want to say, man, I thought was super dope, man. Number one, man, 2 things. Go to fygspray.com. We got the spray over there. But one of the things that was dope, one of the people who did buy the spray, man, he was telling me his aim was to be at one of the future events. So I just thought that shit was cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, he want to get into it. He want to now be a vendor and get out there and, you know, get him a couple ducats in his pocket, man. And shit like that mean more to me than the $30 that the spray gonna cost. You know what I'm saying? I love when I see somebody who has used a spray and they've had success, and whether they growing it for themselves or whether they growing it to be able to provide for others, man, I just think it's dope.
Most definitely. that mean they paying attention. And not just that they paying attention, it means that, hey man, they already was kind of thinking about it, and you just provided them the necessary vessel. But you know,
Oh, one other thing I did want to say, man. One of the things that was dope is one of the people had smoked. Like I had some trees out there too. They smoked some of the trees. Come to find out, dude's supposed to be, and I'm not sure how true it is because motherfucker could just spin anything, but he's supposed to be like one of the people over one of the decent dispensaries. One of the decent dispensaries. And he was like, man, there's some people, I'm not gonna tell you who, but they pretty impressed by your whole little setup and what you got going on. So I thought that shit was dope too, man, because a motherfucker was able to give me some props. Like a motherfucker was like, yeah, we see what you're doing over there.
that's way better than somebody
You
saying,
got the spree.
"What the fuck are you doing here?"
Yeah,
That's way better.
way better. Way better. So man, that was dope, man. That was a really good experience, man. I felt like even though I may have had the most undersized setup, like I'm just going out there bare table in a chair. You know what I'm saying? Bare table in a chair. So I thought that shit was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? For a motherfucker to actually
See, that's what I always been saying about advertising. It's like you know what? If the product is good, it should be cool.
Yeah, man. And ultimately, man, that's my goal, man. I know that's both of our goals. We would love to have like a major for our shit to be in an op, like a real op that's getting ready to get a barcode and scanned and all of that shit. Like, man, that shit would be great.
Hell yeah. That is the goal.
Shit, man. Outside of that, man, what's going on with you, man? Because I know you got a show coming up too, man. What are you doing to get prepared for that show, man? We'll get into some of these topics.
Man, boxing up shit, packaging, just trying to get everything situated, charged, all that shit. I got a nice little ways to go. That shit ain't until like May the 20th. And to be honest, I could have did a couple before that, but which I should have. But I'm just really setting up for that, getting the grow to like line up, because I got to go in the flower a certain time in order to have that shit come out of flower 2 weeks before the show, possibly 3 weeks before the show if I can do it right. So the plants I got going now got another like 4-5 weeks before I got to flip. And I want them to get a pretty decent size, okay size. It's enough of them. So I just need to be a decent size. And the seeded plants that I got, that male didn't spit so much, and all of them are cool. I could probably take his ass out of there, actually. But that's going great. It's never hard when you use a male and a female. It's never hard. It's always super easy. Way easier than reversing something. Like way easier. Other than that, man, it's just slow. I got some plants I transplanted. We were talking about some used cocoa. It's time for me to probably feed them because they hella yellow, looking fucked up. Not super fucked up, but they looking like, hey, bro, we ain't all the way correct yet. So I had to set up what I call a sick bay for a couple weeks. I kind of wanted to. I was hoping they would be ready to go with the other ones, but they not. So they'll just end up being like a run by they like self. Probably a run at the same time. Maybe I do them in a 4x4. Maybe I don't know. I always got some shit going on. So it ain't that big of a deal. Hit the like and share. Tear that like button, a new asshole. I know it's only 12 people, but even on a rewatch, if y'all rewatching this, y'all rewatch it. Tear that
Hell
like.
yeah, and here's the other thing too, man, that I really like, man. Especially with today's technology, man, you can easily share it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's even better when y'all bring more people because, man, we love to have different viewpoints, and sometimes, man, shit, a lot of times we feed off the chat. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it 100 with you. Sometimes y'all have some shit that y'all talking about that we wasn't even thinking about. So
where's Rick R when you need him? Rick R, the share master. We need you. That motherfucker Rick Art shares everything. He don't be bullshit. You get Rick Art to share your shit, you in there.
Hell yeah, man. Shit, man. Let's get into the chat, man. Damn, that me up, man. All right, to Boom P.
You say what?
If y'all don't know, shit, man, I be watching. R.I.P. to Boom P from Respect Life.
Oh yeah, I didn't know if you had
I don't
seen
know if
that or
y'all
not.
web series, man. I used to love that web series, man. Respect Life. Man, I didn't, bro. And when I opened that shit up, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know the dude or nothing like that. It's not like I know him or anything, but just the show itself, man. The show was really dope. I guess he had something that happened to him. I don't know exactly the details. I don't even want to speculate or put nothing out there, but you know, he passed away. You know what I mean? So R.I.P. that man.
What up, Parley?
Now we're gonna get into this first question.
What up, you back?
Will the legalization of cannabis cripple the independent contractor? They saying he passed away. This was today. The Chosen sent that.
They said your Majesty said he had mental health issues a while back.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I didn't want to get into it, but some people were saying that those mental health issues were sparked by, like, I guess someone laced them or some shit. Now I don't know how true that is, so I don't want to sit here and even, like. But that's what I heard.
That's the one you was telling me about, dude. Cause I don't fuck with Respect like that.
Yeah, man, I fuck with that show. He was a rapper too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like his music and stuff too, but.
Okay, back to the question. Now,
hold on. Let's say the question again. Will the legalization of cannabis cripple the independent contractor?
According to Khan, he say not as long as the gray market exists. I got an interesting kind of take on that. Just moving around like I move around, and actually, just even you gave me in the personal back channels of the chat. You gave me an example of this shit to show. What happens is this to me. Because recreational, and I kind of snuck this in there. Recreational usually we say you can also grow like 6 plants or however many plants your state. Usually, some states you can, most you can. So what happens is more people start growing, 1 or 2 plants. Then, like you were saying,
Piff, what up?
It's an influx of weed, in the legal market, which obviously spills out. So for me personally, being a caregiver, what happens is now that everything is like legal here, like recreationally legal, what's happening is now that the weed and got super cheap. If you got your medical card, like that shit got like fucking dirt. The problem is the weed I need to mute that. The weed got a lot worse too. You know what I mean? So like yeah, you can get cheaper tree, but it's cheaper tree. You know what I mean? That just happened to me recently. A motherfucker bought me some shit. Name was cool, but the weed was trash. I mean, trash. Like, I mean, it's smoke because I smoked it, but just being a cultivator, when you get shit, you look at it differently. I mean, and that shit, it was like, look at that shit. You could just look at that shit and break that shit down with your mind. It was so, you didn't even have to do anything, like nothing. But then again, I mean, it's like, I think she said a 3.5 was like, what was it, $20 or some shit? You know what I'm saying? Like ridiculous. So, and that's true what you're saying, Farmer. So again, I also feel like being a caregiver, like in the middle, sometimes you got to drop your price, or you got to be stuck with the product because sometimes I would say 50% of the people, if they not cultivators, right, they're just actual smokers, at least 50% of those people are looking for the deal, bro. They're looking for the most they can get for their money. It's like a line. What's the most I can get without it being the shittiest I can get? And a lot of times, if if your state is like rec or whatever, you got a lot of options, so you can probably get some shit at a dispensary sometimes cheaper than your caregiver. That don't mean it's gonna be better than your caregiver, but I mean, shit, your check might have been short that week. You know what I'm saying? So I can't fuck with my caregiver this time. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So nobody, nobody actually. But that's my point I'm trying to make, Con. Nobody wants cheap garbage, but sometimes a motherfucker gotta need a crutch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, all I got is this, so I'm gonna go fuck with the dispensary. Whereas before, the dispensary wasn't an option. It would have just been, let me try to work out something. And a lot of people still try to work out something they can't get. I'm not saying everybody do that, but what I'm saying is, right? Motherfuckers that go for the deal, and they don't always go for the deal, but they go for the deal. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean by it affects us in that sort of a way. It ain't gonna put nobody out of business, but it does make a difference in your pricing. I've seen it in my own city as far as medical, then rec, and this shit just started. It's better, it's worse at the same time. You know what I mean? So, and like Kong say, great product sells itself, so it's never a problem like selling it. But I'm noticing that, hey, like you said, product really do gotta be great, not good product, not okay product,
Well, here's the thing.
great. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
This is the thing about what you're saying. This is the thing, right? You got to think these motherfuckers be growing way more trees than they have customers for. So with the rec shit just coming about, number one, in most states they start off giving the medical patients not only a better deal but better quality medicine, right? That's normally how I kind of start. Oh, this is medicinal, this is recreational. And then it turns into we'll just charge the recreational consumer more than what we'll charge the medical consumer, right? Because everybody deserves good weed, right? So what's going to happen is all that weed that them motherfuckers had from when it was only medical, they got to get that shit out of their inventory before they start bringing out them fresh batches. And the way they're going to get off of it is by getting off of it at a lower price. You know what I mean? They don't really have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise they're gonna have to burn that weed. And they would rather you burn that weed than them burn that weed.
Comment, that's what I was talking about right there. That's kind of what I meant. Like that was the point that was the angle I was coming at. Like, you know what I mean? It's a point in time where most people will be like, look, I ain't got it, so I gotta fuck this shit. That's all I was really saying. And that's with it being a dispensary, because man, they didn't want to say mine in St. Louis, nigga. It is just, bro, it is like a 1 mile stretch. Like, it's just so many fucking dispensaries just popping up. Like, bro, this shit is just ridiculous. Like, it's tight. I like it. But
Kong says I ate Mickey D's today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Pip says they got a warehouse over here filled with booth charging 50 an eighth. And see, that's my thing. Like when I was at the show, like I said, man, right next to me it was some pack boys. You said, and them motherfuckers. When I say pack boys, I'm talking about the niggas who be having the energy and shit. Hey, we got blah 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 blah. Come through. And it's a group of them niggas. Yeah, come on over here. Don't miss out. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not that type of nigga. Because it didn't even just sound right when I just did it. You see what I'm saying? So that was my thing. All right. Shit, y'all got whatever for whatever. All right, watch this, motherfucker. You said I got this. Boom, for this. And guess what? If you don't like it, man, go holler at them boys over there next door. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. On some love shit, go holler at them because they doing anything. Because that's one other thing I want to tell y'all. When y'all go to shows and y'all be next to people and shit like that, it's two things I want to say. Man, shit, show love to the other vendors around you. If a motherfucker ain't fucking with you, be like, hey, man, go fuck with this person right here, man. They got some other, hey, man, check out the old boy next door. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's always a great practice when you there. And the second thing that I be trying to tell motherfuckers, it be a lot of motherfucking clones, or at least true to the movement was pointing this shit out. It was motherfuckers in it. Matter of fact, buddy from one of the largest seed banks came through and was like, yeah, man, it's a lot of spider mites here. You know what I'm saying? Because it was people who brought out these big and I didn't go over there because I don't give a fuck about what y'all got going. I'm trying to get off my wares. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, man, it's visible. You can literally see the spider mites on these plants, and they're giving people clones of this shit. So, hey, me personally, I don't take clones from most people, and I damn sure don't take them from shows. I don't give a fuck what it is. But yeah. As far as the independent contractor goes, bro, this just my opinion.
Let me ask you this though, real quick about the show. This is a question about the show. Do you feel like, because we're not gonna ask you the price, right? But do you feel like if you were not next to the Backpack Boys or the capacity that you were next to, or the sandwiching in between of two entities that were able to provide a cheaper price because they had more of a bulk situation going on, you were next to no one, or you were next to fucking two edible people, would you still had changed, you still had charged the same price, or do you think you would have charged a little higher?
If I'm being honest, man, that shit just needed to get the fuck away from me at the time. So, like, it would not have mattered. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was really that was like my hook. Throw some weed on the table. Like, the cool thing about it is I could be like, man, this is the shit I used to make it. This is the spray. These are the seeds that came from the spray. And this is the weed that came from the seeds. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had a nice little ecosystem. I was talking shit, man. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm like Apple out here, man. I got the whole ecosystem right here on the table. You know what I'm saying? I was slick talking because I can do that pretty well, but you know what I'm saying? Shit was dope. And as soon as Buddy said, I'm trying to be out here next time, I told his ass, what up, nerd? When I met, that's the dude's name. I wasn't talking shit to nobody. But yeah, man, when I had actually said, when old boy told me, he was like, man, I'm trying to be out here at the next event. Man, I started using that shit. Hey, man, you get the spray and the seeds, man, you could be here at the next event. But yeah, man, as far as the question goes on the independent contractor, I'm gonna say it depends on what form or what format, like what line of independent contractor you're talking about. If you're talking about the trees, if you're talking about like being a person who can go, I think it can only help certain types of independent contractors. Like if you're an electrical person, man, you can now sell a service of making sure you come through to somebody's home and make sure that they shit is motherfucking legitly set up as far as from the electrical side of things. You can put some meters on the box. You might even be able to sell them adding more amps.
And see,
add some panels.
That's why I phrased a question like that as contractor, because it just involves more than just growing weed. I get like my perspective of what I do, but you're absolutely correct. I would agree wholeheartedly. It depends on what capacity you are involved in, because some of this shit, I'm watching some cats. I mean, man, they are booming, and you know, to their credit, they are going out there and they are doing it. I'm not gonna lie, but they are booming and they got the opportunity because shit is like 100% wreck now. You know what I'm saying? So for some, like you said, it just depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, it's a lot of different lanes of independent contracting that you can do. If you just talking about being the pack boy, I mean, shit, you can go out to an event and be a pack boy. It seems like the shit is very lax. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think the event was great, but I wonder if there's gonna be an issue because that shit is like next to it. Like when I was leaving, I noticed it was like. Well, I have been there before, but it's like a church over there, pretty much. You see, it's like a church in the strip mall. You know what I'm saying? And they was like filming and stuff. It was weird.
And they was filming, and it was like, look at that little black man with his ass out with the pot over there. What is that?
No, I had been gone, or I was already broken down. But I had broke that shit down early, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you because I ain't have shit else left. But hey, another thing, man. Shout out to the person who threw out the event, which is Metro Grow. Y'all check him out on IG. It's Metro Grow AZ. Check them out.
Metro
They
Bro.
got all kind of cool footage. They had like stunt bikes out there. Somebody doing motorcycle stunts. They had somebody rapping. Man, I should rain out there. I'm gonna get that rain.
Definitely sounds like it was legit, bro. But for sure. I was excited.
Yeah, man. As far as the independent contractor, I would tell people, man, especially with and this would be the biggest thing, and I'll say this before we move on to the next topic.
Okay.
If I think that people should focus on the ancillary markets of cannabis, like the things that go with cannabis. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like I focus on spray and seeds. You focus on seeds. Like, if you're an electrician, focus on the electrician shit. You could be one of the people who manufactures lights, like Bill LED did, or acquire lights. Like West Coast Cannabis, shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could be the person who got the plug on all the timers. You know what I mean? You might be the person in your city that buy old grow equipment, put it in a fucking storage shed, and resell it to people.
Hold on. Calm. Your name show up in red, so you can just glance and see somebody talking to you. Because red, we recognize red, so your name in red, so you can know they talking to your ass. So wonder no more. Okay.
But it don't show up for everybody. It just show up for you.
Yeah.
So don't nobody else see it in red. It's just only you see it in red.
Nigga, because they talking to you.
See? That's why I said that. That's why I said that. That's why I said that, man.
Calm my God, man. Shout out to
Hell no.
Now,
man.
I got a question for you.
What you got?
Oral water versus distilled. Now, before I ask you, yeah, I'm super high too, calm. Before I ask you the real question, I will ask you about primary question. Have you used oral, distilled, spring? Have you used all of the waters, or have you only used just oral? Because I already know you got an oral system, but I'm saying, have you used all of them before you got your oral system instead of reverse osmosis, or did you just say, hey, I already know going into it that reverse osmosis is the best, so I'm just gonna fuck with that?
I just fuck with RO because to me it's a simpler process. So I mean, I think the important thing is to kind of define what it is first. Me and homie, we was talking, man, about still water the other day. Not you, but just somebody else. And we was just talking about like what it was. And I was like, man, this would be a great fucking topic for the show. So shit, let's get it real quick. We're gonna talk about it. Still water is pretty much made from a water treatment method that produces contaminant-free water by converting the water into vapor before condensing it and returning it into a liquid state. So pretty much it's evaporation. So you got to turn it from water into gas, and because the solids are so heavy, they won't evaporate in theory with the gas. And then you take that gas, cool it back down, and turn it back into water. During the evaporation process, impurities like bacteria, heavy metals, and arsenic are eliminated because they are unable to turn into steam. As the water transitions from a liquid to a gaseous state, these contaminants are left behind, typically in a boiling chamber. The distiller then cools the evaporated water, returning it to its liquid state as a mineral-free, highly pure water. So that's pretty much what distilled water is. It doesn't have ppms or high ppms. I think it has to be in like the 0.5 ppm or lower range for it to be technically considered distilled water. You can buy distilled water. Will it work? It most definitely will work. But I've never used it. I know of people who have used it. I believe distilled water is also like the water that comes off the condenser of like a air conditioner. Like, so if your car's been running and it starts leaking when it hits the air and you see the water under your car, that's distilled water. Unless you have a oil leak or a radiator leak. And also, I believe it's also the water that comes off of a dehumidifier. So, like for instance, y'all see I got the dehumidifier set up with a 5 gallon, got the hose inside. I believe that's also distilled water. I don't use it, I just discard it. And I have had people say, hey man, you should be using that. But I've never used it. Now, have you ever used distilled water? Hello? Fuck this nigga go.
My bad, man. I had to step away for a second.
I don't know. You muted, bro?
I should be unmuted.
Oh, that's cool.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Were you drinking some distilled water?
Nah, yeah, I used distilled water before. What I took from it is pretty much. I mean, you did a very good job of breaking everything down, but I took from it pretty much like steam. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
The whole check got ADHD.
I do want to what water is.
Okay, this is a good question. I use the water from the AC and the dehumidifier. Is that good or bad? They'll tell you that it's good, but you got to remember that. To me, I don't think that system is actually designed for you to use that water. So while the water itself is technically distilled, I believe that it's not the same process as when you go buy bottled distilled water. So like you may have something else in that water that may make your plants do some weird shit. Is what I think, and I've seen it happen not all the time, but at least 50% of the time when people do that shit. So I wouldn't say don't do it. I would just say if you did it, that it's one of the potential dangers. With that being said, do you feel like with distilled water versus oil water that ppms matter? Like, would you just be like, oh well, the process don't matter. It's just about which has the lowest ppms at the end of the process.
Well, I think that either one of so with RO, the difference is your ppms are going to be determined by your filters. So you got to remember, you have to change those filters. So that's why I wanted to actually go into the RO and what the RO actually. So pretty much an RO system, it looks like this, which should be on the screen. You got a couple different this particular one right here appears to be either a 5 or a 6. It looks like a 6-stage system. And pretty much what happens is the water is filtered through different filters, and it removes the contaminants as it goes. So it's not heat or anything like that. RO systems and distilled purified water Remove almost all contaminants. Both systems remove chlorine, chloramine, VOCs, heavy metals, and some bacteria and viruses. RO systems remove these contaminants by passing them through a series of filters, while distillers boil the water and cool it down, resulting into a steam to liquid state. So we had already covered that. Um, so one of the things about RO that a lot of people don't like is that it's extremely wasteful. Um, the ROs, I mean, it's better than buying bottled water, but you got to think that about 25% of the water used in a home RO system turns into the filtered product. The other 75% carries the filtered contaminants down the drain. So you're probably only getting 25% of the water that you're using. So if you do 4 gallons, you run it through there, you only gonna get one. So something just to keep in mind.
Have you noticed a difference in using
Now the
your
thing about
filtration system?
distillers, I'm sorry.
Have you noticed a difference with your RO filtration system after you got it in terms of before you got it? Like, can you
Well,
notice some
once I
sort
got, I never really. Yeah, I mean, really, the big difference is you just know the amount of ppms. It's in, yeah, for sure. So the water here is about anywhere from 7 to 1,300 ppm, depending on where you're at and where you live. 700. I mean, 700, man. I mean, geez. So when I put my RO system on there, it gets it down to probably about in between 30 and 40. Which there's still some stuff left, but man, that's a whole lot better than 800. So, and the reason why that's important is because when you're mixing up your nutrients, you see what I'm saying? If you're already starting at 700 parts per million, and according to the manufacturer's recommendation, you would want to actually feed less.
fuck the manufacturer's recommendation? I'm sorry. Yeah,
Now,
that
the
is
way
very valid.
the way the distillers are non-environmentally friendly is because they do use electricity, because you have to heat it up to turn it into the alcohol. It's going to use electricity or gas.
Side note, um, my water ain't that. My water ppm ain't that high. That
Now,
shit is.
another benefit in this section, they talk about the advantages of reverse osmosis over distilled water. It allows for remineralization, which means you can add more nutrients into it, like calcium, zinc. You can do whatever you desire. I don't know if zinc's one of them. I just said that shit. I'm high. RO systems are more versatile. Now that's something I can agree with because I literally got one under the bathroom sink. And they're less expensive typically. Now I'm not gonna go through the rest of this because this is from freshwatersystems.com, which I assume probably sells both. They sell a little bit of everything, but that's where this article is from. So we do want to give them credit. And shit, that's it.
130 ain't bad. If my water was 130, which is around where it's at, I would use it and be fine. I don't feel like that ppm is gonna make a real fucking difference because I feed pretty heavy anyway. I think some of it definitely matters how you feed. Some of it definitely matters, like you said in the beginning, how your water coming out. Uh, if your shit coming out at 700, not only do you want to buy an oral system for your plants, you want one for your fucking self, nigga. If your water coming out that high, you know what I mean? And also
Exactly.
advise everybody, I believe in your city, I know in mine, you can get a free water test and have your water tested to see what's in your water. It's also good to have your water tested twice a year because as the seasons change, so does the pipes. Some of the pipes are copper. They're not all plastic, depending upon where you live. In your city, depending on your city, get your water tested twice a year, and that way you get an accurate representation of what is in your water. And even though I'm telling you that, I haven't had my water tested in about a year. I used to do it twice a year. I know you can go up to Home Depot. Usually they have the free water tester things hanging on the rack. Or else, yeah, I thought about it, but once I used to get the 5 gallon jug things, but I don't anymore. I just use the tap water. Man, you still trying
One last thing that I will say.
to
One last thing I'm gonna say about the RO systems that I think that are dope, man. Like they were saying, they're pretty affordable. If you're gonna have for drinking water, I would most definitely recommend a 5 stage. If you're gonna have one just for plants, I see some they only have one filter. I even see people who have like countertop filters and stuff like that, but I most definitely recommend the RO. It's pretty dope, and it's pretty easy to install as well too.
Is it very easy?
Well, I mean, you're gonna need a few wrenches for sure, you know, or maybe one adjustable wrench. Cue my wrench commercial. You know what I'm saying? No, I was just saying, like, you're most definitely gonna need some wrenches, but most of the tools actually come in there. And then the last thing I say about it, you also want to just make sure you change your filters depending on how you're using it and how much water that you're running through it. One of the other things that article did say that I think is important is the way that RO systems work. Is they typically work on a gallon per day basis, which is only accurate if you have the actual water pressure that's stated, right? So that's just something to keep in mind right there. Change your filters out.
How many
And
stages is yours?
I have a 5 stage. I have
Okay.
2 5 stages. I got one downstairs and one upstairs.
So you filter the water and then you filter it again?
No, the one downstairs I had first, and then what I was doing was I was actually running a large ass fucking line, like a long line, maybe like a 20-foot line to a fucking trash can with a float valve. And I was just like, there's got to be an easier way. You remember when I used to fill them trash cans up
Mm-hmm.
and pump the water down and pump the water up? Man, I was doing way too much. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy another system. I keep this shit down here for drinking water. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I would just like to take this time out to say I fucking love our chat because everybody in this chat is so fucking high that they just be on their sidebar shit, bro. Like I be looking at the shit and I don't be meaning to interrupt you because I think I've been trying to do a really good job of not doing that. But man, some of the shit that be going on in this fucking chat, bro, it is like motherfuckers are all over the place. I'm literally all over the place. It's so fucking funny. And I'm super high myself, and I just been sitting here looking at this shit like this dude, these cats have been trying to have this stuff like for 20 minutes. For 20 minutes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stop the show. I didn't mean to stop the show, but it's just funny. I fuck my chat though.
Hell yeah, man. Shit, man. Let's get into the next topic, man. I think we motherfucking covered that shit pretty thoroughly.
What that topic
Matter of fact, like you said, you don't even need RO. Do you think RO is a good option yourself if you had the opportunity to use it?
I do. I do think it. Here's the thing. I think that if you're in a situation like where you at Thailand, I think you said. If you're in a situation like Thailand where your water is
Coming
all
out of the well.
yeah, well, I heard well water is good, but if you in a situation where you got high ppm water, I would definitely suggest it. But at the same time, I feel like if you're like, I think that was Your Majesty, and your ppms of your water, it's like 130. Well, fuck, save yourself some money and use the tap water. I mean, unless you like super dialed in and you got everything else like moving and grooving. And the one thing you can really use is to get that last 130 worth of ppms out of your water so you can then add it in and push your plant to the maximum limit because your VPD is, I mean, if you're going to get that technical, then yeah, but most normal fucking people, if your water ppm is like 150, you could just use that shit. Most normal people, it's not going to make that much of a difference. I don't think.
I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I'm gonna tell you some real shit, man. And this ain't even like no not, but man, matter of fact, this is my own experience. Shit, man. Do you know how long I was growing before I actually just tested the water? Just the regular water I was using. I never tested that shit. Man, it had been. I was never like, what's my parts per million of just my water? And I never fucking cared. I was just trying to mix that shit up on like the fucking instructions said.
That's
I was
true.
more concerned about pH than anything.
That's true. That's true. And I know you notice, like I noticed, when it's like ignorance is bliss. When you're not looking for that shit, it's like everything be okay. And then when you finally measure that shit, you be like, God damn. I didn't know I had my water was fucking starting off at 972 ppms. I didn't know that. And then now your plants take a shit because now you know. You know what I'm saying? It shit be weird like that. Like, I grew with a pH pen that was a point off for a whole fucking year. A whole fucking point off, not point anything. That shit was like 1 point something off. So, shit be crazy. What's the next topic, sir?
Land racist. Land racists. Do they still exist?
People that hate land? Wait a minute, land racist?
Would you grow? Would you grow? Would you grow them?
Would I grow a land racist? I don't know if I could grow a land racist. A land race. Here's my thing. This what I don't understand, and maybe you can clarify this for me. My internet connection is kind of weak and fucked up. That's why I ain't got my camera on. So hopefully by next week we're gonna address this situation and fix it, so I can have my camera on and shit. But here's my thing: land races, right? My opinion is most land races I see are fucking sativa strains. Most land races I see. And I don't really want to grow nothing with 14-week flower time, a 92-week flower time. I don't want to grow anything like that. And
what's
again,
the one? Romulan is a land race.
Well, again, when I think land, anything that we buy seeds of, right, that we can go purchase, I don't feel like that's a real land race. I feel like that's been domesticated, right? I feel like it came from a land race and it's been domesticated. That's how I feel. I might be wrong.
Well, isn't that technically? Well, I was gonna say, isn't that kind of technically what a land race is? Like, obviously, this we don't know if the plant was where it grows was sold there many of years or hundreds of years ago. We don't know, but wouldn't you just say that a land race is a plant that grows in a specific place and has been growing there generationally for a long period of time, and it's pretty much only found there?
Yes. I think about that. I look up in the sky and think about that. Yes. But the caveat to that statement to me would be something that's natural, that's bred naturally, that's not being bred. It's doing this thing naturally. it's actually all of the fucking weed got seeds in it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how it was bred. It's a land race. So like, so you go there to go to where the land race. To me, that's how I envision it. You go to where the land race is, and you get the seeds, right? Because they are the land race seeds. That first set of seeds you get from the land race, to me, are the land race seeds. Once you get those land race seeds, find your
Just
female,
like
take your female, reverse it, or find your whatever. Now that's domesticated to me. It's the same thing because you didn't
yeah,
change
I
the
was just
strain.
saying though because we just don't even know. We just don't even know whether them land races was put there or not. So it's like them motherfuckers could have been domesticated from the beginning of time. Because somebody could have brought them seeds from God knows where, space.
Oh, I'm sure.
These are
But
my
over
space
time,
seeds. Shit.
I'm sure. But over time, they became because of how they grow, and they're not anywhere else, like you said, and they grow there throughout the winter, throughout everything. That's where they grow at. Then cool. I actually feel like it's shit in Humboldt County that actually only grow there that would be considered a land race just as much as over in Africa or whatever. Because it's shit in Humboldt County that they just completely grow there. They grow there that they've been doing for not hundreds of years, but maybe 100 years. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like the term land race gets watered down and gets used because, again, like I said, I feel like a true land race that just is growing off of the land. Most of them motherfuckers tend to be long running. You know what I mean? But I don't desire to have any. Because, like somebody said earlier when we first started the topic, it was booth or some shit. It just don't make me. I'm kind of a weed snob, so it don't make me want to smoke it. You know what I'm saying? I will smoke it if you roll this shit up and was like, yeah, here go this land race. I'm not gonna be like, ew, land race. I'm not gonna be like that. But if you present the weed on the left hand and then the other weed on the right hand, it's gonna be like, I'm probably gonna pick the weed that look better. I'm just fucked up like that, and I can admit it. That's just how I am.
What I would say is that Afghanistan Kush would probably come from the Afghanistan area in the world. But if you took that motherfucker and you planted that shit in the soil and you left that shit alone and came back 5-10 years later and picked seeds off of it, you know what I'm saying? I would say that shit would now be a Kentucky Afghanistan land race because it just naturally did its thing. The plant naturally selected.
But wouldn't it be its own thing? It wouldn't even be Afghanistan no more. It would be
Yeah. I'm just saying. I mean, I just put that in there to leave reference to where it actually came from. You could call that shit whatever you want.
it would have
But yeah,
derived. It would be derived from
Kentucky,
Afghanistan.
Kentucky got weed that grows there naturally. You know what I mean? So whatever that weed is that's been growing there naturally for however long, because who knows where that seed came from? You know what I'm saying? We don't know. So it's just like at this point, because we actually don't know where that seed came from, it could have been somebody who was smoking a joint and dropped that shit back in the 1700s. Or it could have been that, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, who knows how that shit got there? It just naturally has been growing there since the beginning of whenever. No one really knows. But I would still say you would call that a land race.
People say Kentucky got that good soil. Got that good soil now.
Yeah, it's weed that grows there naturally. Kentucky,
And they got
in a lot of those areas.
bourbon. Kentucky bourbon.
But that's what I would say.
I wouldn't disagree. It's an interesting talking point, because I don't really think anyone's wrong. I just feel like it's your perception. But again, you're definitely 100% not wrong. Again, the only difference I would say, which you already alluded to, if that shit happened, it would be a derivative of Afghanistan Kush, but it would be now Kentucky Kush because through time it is now originated there, and it is this new home. And I would guess, along growing with the different climate in Kentucky than
It would
Afghanistan,
change. The weed would change.
Yeah, that's why I said
It
it
would
was
change just like, I mean, they say, never mind.
sweet.
That's a whole nother conversation. So, but yeah, I believe that it would actually change. Weed itself would vary.
I would agree. I would agree. I definitely would agree with that.
But yeah. But yeah, as far as land races, I do think that they exist, I guess. I have to say that.
Very
And
much.
most definitely knowing they I still they most definitely exist. The other question is, are they better? I think that depends on who you ask. If you ask someone who's a purist, they would probably feel that way. Um,
I, you know what? I don't know if they better or worse. I think it's just that was just. I think that it is subjective.
some people might say that because it's just like some people would maybe say it's better breeding stock because it was naturally selected.
Yeah, that is correct.
That's true.
Red play. That's unfortunately because my internet is like weird. And I'm glad we held the stream together. I ain't gonna be able to show the boy sign and like myself off the camera. This stream's gonna take a big crap. So what I will do is I'm going to, for the first time in months, I'm gonna upload the video. So I just check the video. But continue on.
Now here's the other question that was also posed. Would you grow them? I guess that's a great question to the chat. Would you guys grow land races? Is that something that you're looking for? Do you want a land racist in your garden? I don't think there's anything wrong with growing a land race myself. If that's something that you're into, I think shit, it's cool, man. It's just all about what you're looking for, man. A lot of people would like to get their hands on that tie, tie bud. Even though, from what I'm hearing, the tie people trying to get their hands on other buds. So.
DD Sharp. What the fuck? I don't know what y'all talking about. My nigga said, you eat chalk.
I don't know either, man. I don't know, man.
Chat is super high
I
today.
don't know. Nope, y'all grow the land races, cross it. I'll get the fire from y'all and cross from there. Yeah, man. I mean, like, here's the thing. I got a question. This is a great question topic around this. And I guess you would have to ask, but if you were like, would you want to grow land races from Jamaica, or does Jamaica have land race? I mean, I'm sure they have a land race, but I know that like they've been importing seeds and different genetics and for a while, but just curious.
You asking me would I grow something?
Yeah.
For me, it's gonna depend on flower time, and it's just like I said, most land races that I see, flower time be around 14 weeks. That shit just ain't gonna fit into my schedule. And I tell you what I will do if I was to ever grow some shit outside, I would grow a land race maybe outside and like let it grow. But I'm not gonna waste my time with one plant that needs 14 weeks to flower. That's probably going to be a sativa. Don't get me wrong, I like sativas, but not enough to have me grow one 14 weeks, 15 weeks. And I saw somebody had one of them motherfuckers for 18 weeks. Man, get the fuck out of here. The weed always airy, spindly looking. You know, that shit always look fucking like ridiculous. I don't. It's nothing. It's nothing about that that makes me want to grow it. Now if you now again if you roll a joint to me and I smoke, I'm like, God damn, what's that? Oh, that's that Jamaican land race. Maybe I change my mind. But going into the situation, nah.
Hmm. That shit gonna be 14 feet tall.
You
What else?
right?
Nice one.
Definitely right.
You wanna read the last question?
You go ahead and read it, motherfucker.
Let me see. Let me get to that motherfucker. All right. Dispensary deals.
That's kind of along the topic we was
God, yeah.
talking. Hey, you sound like you
Man,
was
but
finna say.
we need to know, are they worth it?
It's like dispensary deals. All you can get. Um, what's up, Sci-Fi? Glad you slid in this bitch. What do you think?
Man, shit, they can be if you don't like shit. If you in between harvests, it's best to at least try to get a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. I don't think nothing wrong with that. But if you can just grow your own, or at least me, I prefer to smoke my own shit. I don't even care what nobody else smoking. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not chasing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just be content to be able to, because it's like, think about this. If you had absolutely no tree, right? Like you didn't have no trees, man, shit. Like, and all the motherfucker had was some shit you didn't know the name of. Matter of fact, if you've ever bought Reggie, if you ever bought mid, you know what I'm saying? Even though that shit could have been smoking, you know what I'm saying? For what it was at the time. It's just like shit. Would you rather have some mid or no weed? That's the question I wanna ask. Would you rather have some mid? When I say mid, I mean some Zona, some Airy, some motherfucking 91, 89 type shit. I think that's how the gas works.
The third show is so Waco.
I mean, I'd rather have something instead of nothing.
Hell yeah. Like the Majesty said, something's always better than nothing.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. Names fucked up people. And I actually blame marketing and rap for that. Because once rappers start, because being in the middle of the country, we didn't really, weed wasn't legal or none of that shit. So, like, we ain't know the name of that shit. We knew that shit from a song. To me. What's up, Kind Buffalo? Shout out to you. I sent the update with the Gary Coleman popping up right on. Pip also heard about the caramel cake. Pip, just remember the caramel cakes are red seeds. They not fam. Those are red.
KB, what up? Yeah, man. KB was popping some beans, man. I seen that, man. I seen that. It's dope, bro. Yeah, man. What's going on in the guard, man? You got anything good going on?
No, not nothing really different than you know, what I discussed at the beginning of the show. Mexican brickweed to the holidays when you got people from Cali bug gas. Yeah, I was gonna show it, but like I had said, this camera gonna be acting all weird on the internet. I gotta do something about that shit. Yeah, hopefully it's a female, bro. We'll keep things crossed. It's decent ratios. I've had decent ratios with it, personally. I never heard of mids, lows, and shreds. Here's the thing, man. The shit is overhyped. We all know that. You know, that's not a secret because a lot of shit is marketing. I mean, it's just like, think about it. Weed ain't no different than anything else in this world. And we all, most of us in here, I know because we've all said our age before, we are pretty old. We remember when the world was actually like real, right? So you get on Instagram, you see all these fake ass, fake ass. I mean, man, thank God some of y'all married. It's like 75% not even there. So like that's just one aspect of it. So even with the weed, now the weed gotta look good. It gotta look a certain way just to fit the natural progression of how time in the industry, life itself has moved. Everything is all based on this now. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, whether you want it to be or not, because it's what people need us, right? We get on Instagram and I would say the average person, not everybody. I know you get on Instagram and your feed is all weed like mine. If the shit don't look so well, it don't look good. You usually skim past that shit unless it's got a characteristic that you specifically like. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I like that banana beignet though. Sure.
Nice. Nice. I didn't hear you whether you said you was gonna show off the garden or not, man. I had asked that question.
Nope. For the third time, I said the connection is shitty. So anytime you share any camera, it's gonna slow the shit down real bad. When you was talking,
Nice.
and then you stopped, and I was like, I'm gonna put out a video tomorrow because like I can't show the garden because the camera gonna be all shitty. Cause it's like, bro, it's like when I connected hardwired to the internet, the shit got worse. So I'm gonna have to look into that tomorrow.
But it don't do that when you do it from the other phone though.
Not for y'all, but I got a stream that I got some shit to say on the stream. Like, uh, it starts saying your connection is unstable. Your connection is unstable. It start blinking and shit.
Warning.
That's kind of how it is. Pip say, what's the turret profile on the Benier? That's a. Hey, everybody answer that shit. Everybody that's grown it, smoked it. What's the turret profile?
Man, that's a good question. Fino, you get, to be honest with you, it can go from sweet to earthy. You can get that stank on you, Fino. It just smell like, not like, I don't know, smell like behind your ear. You said whatever that smell is. Shit. They have it's a real sweet Fino. kind of tastes like banana, and there's a pheno that kind of tastes like plantain banana. If that's like a, I don't know, man. It depends on what pheno you get, but it was actually a really good. Like that's one of the strains I feel has the best name. Like I know we talk about that shit all the time, and shout out to Free Smoke Joe because he most definitely helped me out with that name. So I want to give him some credit. But that was one of my favorite strains.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was definitely that was definitely a good one for sure. I like it. Kind of Buffalo say his is gas, a little sweet, a little sour. The one I had was earthy. You still on this? The one I had was a little earthy with a little sweet on the end, kind of like almost sugar. Boy, you over there taking them bars? It's they spraying it. They spraying it off his gas. That's fucked up. That's why I grow my own, make my own seeds if I can. We gonna start working with some different shit, a little bit older shit maybe. But it looked like again, it looked like that's the wave. Everybody gonna try to work with older. Mm-hmm. We'll see. We just gonna. Like, I am happy that I did get that. I love it. Strong banana on the exhale. Okay, that's what's up. Oh shit, excuse me. That's what's up. What's up, Rice? You cool?
Yeah, man. I was looking at this thing, man. I just got sent. Man, I told you, man. I had met some people, man, and at the event, which was pretty cool, man. They trying to introduce me to a couple of people, man. So I most definitely think that'd be dope. I'm trying to see what kind of people it is. I mean, I most definitely gonna tell them, we got a show and stuff like that. But at the same time, man, you don't want to get in front of the wrong people and be like, hey, man, come check out the man fucking the plant. We be talking some shit on here, so I just want to see who the fuck they is before I invite them into our sacred place. We're sacred in streaming.
Then they come
I'm
up,
high too.
smoke a banana, so, yeah, it feel like a mule kick. So. Little mule kicker. Mule! Well,
I don't know if y'all ever heard of someone called Tara Lee and someone named Lemon Hoko. I've never heard of them, but I believe they also live stream on YouTube.
nobody.
But yeah, man. Hey, they'll be in our chat. Hey, look, that's what. Hey, you see what I'm saying? They'll be in our chat like, people eat chalk in there. Those guys are a bunch of plant fuckers and chalk eaters. The fuck?
What the fuck have we walked into?
So yeah, man. I don't even be tripping, man. I'm not ashamed of my family. I just want to tell you guys that I'm not ashamed. But like I said, man, I want to see exactly who the fuck they are.
Man, I would expect nothing else. That's what I expect for y'all. The American one says he know who they are. I don't know nothing about their ass, but see. I don't know a lot of motherfuckers. You know, it's some good cycles. That's cool. You can take the plant fucker out the hood, but you cannot take the hood out of the plant fucker. And my friend,
Lemon Hoko
plant fucker.
is a famous breeder.
That's famous for. What she do? What's she famous for breeding? I mean, I don't care how it's. I mean, I just want to know. Is that okay?
All right, we good. We good. So yeah, man. Everything cool, man. I don't really have, man. I can show y'all. You know that's what I will show y'all. I'll show y'all the bean right now. But my God, man, it is a shit show in there, man. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I won't be able to speak, but I'm gonna go down there right now.
Show.
Show y'all real quick.
I don't think it's gonna be as big of a shit show as you're trying to make it out to be.
Oh no, 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 no. It is a shit show down there, boy.
Give me 1 second. I gotta go throw some well on.
It's stoned and shitty down there.
So, well, once, yeah, I got you.
All right, guys, I'm walking down, man. I'm gonna show y'all what's going on. Please don't judge me. It's not about how it looks. It's not how you start, but it's how you finish, guys. Brown and tiger stripe. That's how we gonna finish. They mean and green right now.
All right, we are back. We are back. I got a solo screen here. I don't know what the fuck we are. Oh, look like we looking at Violet Plan. Boop. They're all right. Lemon Hoko is all breeder with a great reputation. Tara is a YouTuber who raised Mormon and started smoking and shrooming later in life. Okay, so American One, what you saying is they like old school and like back from that like around sub cool era. They did it that type of way. That shit look kind of funny over there. I see it's pollinated though. A lot of one things. I got plants too. It's plants in there though. Yeah, I knew you would know American One. You've been around a minute. That's cool. You look like you got some floppage going on in that motherfucker over there, guys. You might want to. You might want to. Well, he's coming to the end. I think he left a week and a half left. I think that's the seed tip too, maybe. Well, I don't know. I can ask him when he come back. He got a lot of shit going on. I got a lot of shit going on, and I've been told y'all the wrong shit that he got going on. So I don't, I don't know, but what I do know is he need to corral that shit. Oh yeah, that is the seed tent. Yeah, he got a ways to go. It look like he probably might wanna, or maybe he don't got a ways. Let's see. That's what I be doing. Pulling my shit up. See, I think he might. He got a little bit of ways to go. So maybe not. I'm high and fucked up. That shit looks like a strike to me. Now, if that's me, what I do, I drop that bitch in the water instantly. Yeah, and then what he do though? Everybody different. I'm watching final this plant. But yeah, those is seeded plants and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're looking pretty good. They're looking damn near ready. I don't know how long he go when he do his process like that. I talked to his ass, but I don't know. I mean, shit look pretty done to me. What a weirdo. Then in that pot, huh? Okay. Yeah, my uncle, that made me kind of think about a karate person that smoke weed. Guys, I think this is the other pollinated scent. That's because you're high. You took a digital download to the universe, Django. We call it a digital download to the universe. The universe downloaded inside of you digitally. Look like he's checking his plant too to see what it is over there. See if it's can how close it is to being done and shit. But I'm glad your world is wavy and you feeling groovy. And that's what's you doing this shit with your hands. It looks a little green. Little green. But yeah, that plant, that motherfucker's all over the place right there. So that bitch is super crop plant with it, rock with it. It look like it's chuck full of seeds, y'all. Yeah, you do gotta hang on, bro. Hang on, man. Don't let go. Don't let go. Just keep hanging, bro. Don't even let go.
I'm
If
gonna
you
show y'all one more thing.
if you don't let go, you'll be fine. And you heard, ladies and gentlemen, he got something on this something one more thing to show us. And we good, long as it's dead body. Okay. That's a nice looking plant right there. But not with this frozen on. That's a nice amount of nug meat too, guys. That's a nice amount of nug. It'll be some challenges over here. It'll be some challenges on this side because they're so close to the light. But I think he's gonna be able to pull it off. He got that much longer to go. So he'll pull it off. But it'll be a staunch reminder of growing into the light. It's gonna look pretty good though, if you ask me. It is nice, Mr. Nice. I gotta agree. Hang gliding off the can ever stand on the playground, merry-go-round.
Booyah!
Yeah, you had some little them short plants chunky shit, bro. I like the bit. Nuggy. Pretty nuggy.
Yeah, man. Personally, man, that shit got away from me. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what all I missed, but I'm
It
back.
did. I
Pretty
pretty
much
much said
some of those beans are ready, some of them ain't, and
pretty much.
pretty much that's kind of where I wanted to just show y'all like the different developmental stages. So when I see shit like that, I'm at least another 2 or 3 weeks in. I'd rather be some shit be overdone. Like clearly, the shit need another minimum of 2 to 3 weeks. I would even say 4, personally.
But it's weird
But
because that
that's
one
just me.
plant probably not because it had tiger stripe seeds on that one. At least that's how they appeared on camera to us. Maybe the first plant.
Yeah, exactly. It was tiger stripe, but I
Yeah,
could go on that same plant and pull off. Yeah, because that's where that. Because remember, if you remember, I started off with 2 reversals. One took, one didn't, and I reversed
right.
2 different ones. The one was red, one was film, or excuse me, both were reds. Excuse me, and one reversal took, one didn't. So I ended up using the same reversal on everything, and it started off in that tent. So some of that shit is reversed, 2 weeks sooner, week and a half sooner. But alternatively, in that same tent, I would still feel more comfortable if it went another 2 to 3 weeks. Now, you, on the other hand, I know that's the time when you start like that tiger stripe bean. That bitch would have been in water.
Yeah, I literally said that. Now I still, and that's the difference, right? I still would have probably let the plant go an additional 2 weeks. You see what I mean? Because I agree with what you're saying. That was just one part of the plant that was done. But I would have taken that done as seed and put it in. I would have treated it just like a regular seed. I would have put it in the water, you know, same
What up,
like you
Inu?
said. And then in 2 weeks, when I chopped that plant, well, hell, that seed that I planted is already fucking, you know, going. And by the time I done shucked the seeds and the plant done dried and I shucked the seeds, that bitch is a pretty good size now. You know what I'm saying? So that's usually what I do. I would not have cut the plant though, but I would have put the like 1,000%. And I wasn't saying that everybody should do that, but that's just what up, end of the life. Glad you slid through. Glad we were able to keep this pushing.
But yeah, man, that's pretty much what's going on, man. Man,
How
one
much longer
side
we
I
got
grew
in the Big Ten?
probably about 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, the tall side is real touch and go.
Yeah, man, that was the problem, man. That shit outgrew. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's a fucked up run in the books for sure. But I mean, shit, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. You know what I mean?
I do. I do still think it'll be salvageable. That's one of the runs where you feel like quality could have been a little better and possibly weight. Have to see, but and it's like what, it's still salvageable, still smell good. You know, beat
420 girl in the building. What it do be?
man. I
Mm.
swear to God, like clockwork, 133. Get your ass. What's
Hey, man, she be having shit to do, man. She be having shit to do, man. Damn.
whenever whatever. What the fuck ever.
420
I
girl,
hope the
man.
studio session went well. Number one. Number two, your ass never
Yeah.
did that. So, still waiting. But I did see the video with all of that shit going on. I don't think dude knew you was recording though. Maybe he did and didn't give a fuck.
Hell yeah, man. Let me go ahead and scroll on up, man. Do roll call / shout out.
Go ahead.
Django. What it do be? Enos McKay. Farmer M. Kong. What it do be? What it do be? Chris Hawkins, what up?
I got you.
Your Majesty, what up? Fifth 1000, what up?
Not 2,000.
Appreciate you stopping through. The American one, what up? Hey man, if y'all haven't smashed the like button, a new asshole, go ahead and do that now. Please and thank you. Partly Cloudy, what up? Yeah, man, we had all the day ones in here, man. We appreciate y'all coming. For sure, man. A lot of wrenches in the building.
I was all over the goddamn place. That's one of the days I enjoy because I don't feel like I'm.
Sci-Fi, what up? Time Buffalo, what it do be? Mr. Nice One, 420 girl, and of course, E New to Life. Man, appreciate everybody coming through, man. I wanted to make sure I got that out the way. You got anything else, man?
No, man. I'm just chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad everybody came through and made that shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit was cool. I think I said.
Hey, man.
Don't say.
Man, what I was gonna say, man. We got the. Man, do I got something? Man, I know I got something in there.
Hell yeah, you got something in there.
It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
I don't know what you got.
We'll save it. We'll save it, man. We'll save it.
Put it in the pocket for next time.
Yeah, we'll save it, man. Cause you know we haven't done a giveaway in a little while.
I was just gonna say something about that too. I'm gonna make a community post on my channel, y'all. It's probably gonna be 2 giveaways. I got a separate giveaway, which I'm trying to help out somebody. So all I ask is that y'all pull up on Old Boy page and sub, and then I'm gonna look in the comments. We all sub to this video and pick them up or some shit like that. And it'll be probably maybe like a pack or some shit. It'll be some other shit too, but. I got some good. Hey y'all, I got some goodies coming, man. I got some straight merch and shit coming. A420, that shit look pretty cool. We don't have to rap about the price and how much that shit costs and a lot of shit. But yeah, I like that shit. I got you. That's pretty much it though, people.
Man, somebody already got their motherfucker umbrella out, man. Get your umbrellas out, man. Let's see some umbrellas in the chat, man. It's been another beautiful episode of Stone and Streaming. It's your boy Righteous Ain't Playing.
Man, it's
Hold on, man. Hey, look, man, before we get up out of here, man, before we do that, hold on 1 second, man. I can't be just saying shit. Go to fygspray.com for your $20 5-pack. I just can't be the motherfucker out here just saying, put your umbrella up and don't put no umbrella up, man. Get them umbrellas out there, y'all. But yeah, man, it's been another beautiful episode, y'all. We out.
Not as fucking with you. Alright, guys. Peace. Don't smoke yourself to death. And that's what I do.
Rain. Every time you see the boy, got a brand new strain. And the shit so Waco. Flame. Put your ass in a ditch. Saddam El Hussein. Two things that a nigga know. Pot the beans, let the shit grow. Green light, that mean go. That mean go. Two things that a nigga know. Pot the beans, let the shit grow. Green light, that mean go. That mean go. That mango. That mango. Keep the game. Cheddar lingo. Nigga, how far would a green take you? As far as you go. That mango. That mango. Keep the game. Cheddar lingo. Nigga, how far would a green take you? As far as you go. It ain't no game. It ain't no game. All of these niggas, they looking for game. Lining they pockets, they flooding they pockets, they lining they pockets with all of this change. Shit ain't no game. Shit ain't no game. All of these niggas, they do it for game. What one thing won't change, it will remain the same. None of these niggas will ever reign. All these hundreds in this bitch is gone. Tommy gun, honey bun, it's gone. Hope you brought your umbrella, it's gone. And we gon' cause it's gone. All these hundreds in this bitch is gone. Tommy gun, honey bun, it's gone. Hope you brought your umbrella, it's gone. And we gon' cause it's gone. All these hundreds in this bitch is gone. Tommy gun, honey bun, it's gone. Hope you brought your umbrella, it's gone. And we gon' cause it's gone.